Altazor by Vicente Huidobro, Canto 4. There is no time to lose. Nurse of the shadows, nurse of distance, I'm coming back to you, escaping the immeasurable kingdom of angels prohibited by dawn. You used to hide behind your secrets, with a smile of eyelids and air, and I lifted the cape of your laughter, and I cut through the shadows that cast signs of distance over you. Your dream will sleep in my hands, marked with the lines of an inseparable fate in the breasts of the same bird that consumes itself in the fire of its song that weeps for time slips through fingers. You know your glance bedecks the sailboats in the rocking night of the catch. You know your glance ties the knot of stars and the knot of song that will come from this chest. Your glance carries the word into the heart and the enchanted mouth of the nightingale. There is no time to lose. At the hour of the body and the dubious shipwreck, I measure the infinite step by step. The sea waits to conquer. There is no time to lose. Then, beyond the last horizon, we'll see what there is to see. So take care of the eye, precious gift of the brain, the eye anchored in the middle of the words, in the middle of the worlds where the great ships run aground. But what can one do if the eye falls sick? What will we do when they give the eye the evil eye? The bright eye feverish as a lynx-eyed lighthouse. The geography of the eye, I may state, is most complex. Sounding its depths is difficult on account of the waves, the mobs of passers-by, the constant crush, the crowded avenues and squares, the parades and their banners, marching down through the iris until they are lost. The Raja on his elephant of rugs, the lion hunt in the jungles of secular eyelashes, the migrations of shivering birds to other retinas. I love my eyes, and your eyes, and eyes, with their own flashpoint. Eyes that dance to the sound of an inner music, and open like a door onto a crime, and abandon their orbits and go off like blood-stained comets into chance. Eyes so sharp they leave wounds that are slow to heal and can't be closed like an envelope. They are waterfalls of never-ending love, and day and night they change, eye for an eye, like the host for a host. Tree eye, bird eye, river eye, mountain eye, sea eye, earth eye, moon eye, sky eye, hush eye, only eye, for a lonely eye, a misery eye, for a lullaby. There is no time to lose. And if the prosaic moment comes, follow the ships, perhaps it's best. Now that I am sitting, I start to write. What's that swallow doing? The one I saw this morning, signing letters in space. When I move my foot, what does the great Chinese mandarin do with his foot? When I light a cigarette, what happens to other cigarettes that came on the boat? Where is the leaf of the future fire? And if I raise my eyes just now, what is the explorer on foot to the pole doing with his eyes? I am here. Where are the others? Act echoes act. A chain electrified with no connections. A solitary rhythm interpreted, interrupted. Who's dying and who's being born? While my pen runs across this paper. There is no time to lose. Joy, get up and run the needle of your silks from pore to pore. Hurry up, travel the worlds and the wet crocodiles. Lend me, woman, your summer eyes. I lap spattered clouds as autumn flows the donkey cart. A rising periscope debates the modesty of winter from the perspective of a kite turned blue by the infinite. The young color of birds at 100%. Perhaps it was a romance watched by hapless doves, or the rude glove of a crime that will be born to a woman or a poppy, the flower pot of blackbirds that kiss in mid-air, brave calves of night, of the sweetheart who hides in her flower skin, rose unupturned, The rose returned and rose and rose and rose, though the warden didn't want it, muddy rivers making for clean fish. Lend me, night, night, lend me your woman with calves of a flower pot of young poppies, wet with color like the hapless little donkey, the sweetheart with no flowers, no worlds of birds. Winter hardens the currant doves. Look at the cart and the crimes of crocodiles turning blue, that are periscopes in the sky of modesty. Sweetheart, rising to 100% celestial, lap the perspective to be born from the splatter of kites and the agreeable gloves of autumn that debate in the skin of romance. There is no time to lose. The indecision aboard the tour ship is a token of the cruelties of night, for the evil man or the austere woman is helpless against the mortality rate in the house. And the lack of order, whether it be gold or illness, a respectable surprise or domestic espionage of foreign victory, internal dispute produces justified mistrust of eyelids washed in prison. Sorrows reaching their end are the foundation stones of marriage. Murmurs of unprotected waterfalls, dissensions in the military ranks, and the obstacles on account of the statement that the blonde woman made who criticizes the loss of the expedition or the ultimate utility of justice. Like the legal separation of love with no future, prudence weeps for the unfortunate follies of latent madness that utterly ignores the pleasure of moderation. There is no time to lose. In order to speak of the hermitage of the earth and the arrival of the agricultural day to nothingness, a lover of lotteries and neither progress nor a child for comfort in the unforeseen pain that comes from a crossroads of hope in this land of a new sincerity is somewhat obscure, like the priests in the business of misery, or the trader stranded on the water who seeks protection in the unwavering union of strife of ignorance. But the letter comes along in its route, and the woman placed in the position of pain knows the successful results of pregnancy, and the inactivity of past desire gives an advantage to people who have an inclination for the priesthood, but he gains in stature from the fall and becomes more intimate than the follies of their fair maidens or the friendships of madness. There is no time to lose. All this, so sad, like the child who's left an orphan, like the letter that falls in the middle of an eye, like the dog's death of a blind man, like the river stretching out on its deathbed. All this so lovely, like watching sparrow love 3 hours after celestial crime, like hearing 2 anonymous birds singing to the same lily, like the snakehead where opium dreams, like the ruby born of a woman's desire, like the sea that doesn't know if it laughs or cries, like the color that falls from the brains of butterflies, like the gold mine of bees, bees satellite to spikenard, to the seagulls, to the boat, bees satellites to the spiken yard, like seagulls to a boat, the bees that carry the seed within, the drift of more far-off perfumes than handkerchiefs, though they are not birds, though they do not have their monograms on the sky. On the far-off eye-kissed eye, and that journey's end, they vomit the soul of the petals, as seagulls vomit the horizon and swallows the storm in summer. There is no time to lose. Look here, swoops of the monochronic song of the swallow, with an antipodal tone of approaching distance. Here swoops the swallowing swallow. At the harl slope of the Hillazone, the Villaswan swallow and the Cella tail slipped through the morning from the Luna wing, and the hurries near, and the look swoop of the swooping swallow. Here swoops the whooping wallow. Here swoops the weeping wellow. Look here, swoops the sweeping shrillo, swoops the swamping shallow, swoops the sheeping woolwo, swoops the slooping swellow. Look here, swoops the sloping spillow, the scooping spellow, the souping smellow, the seeping smillow, the sleeping shellow. Look here, swoops the swooping day, and the night retracts its claws like a leopard swoops the swapping swallow, with its nest in each of a torrid zone. And as I have on the four horizons, swoops the snooping swallow, and waves rise on tiptoe. Swoops the whelping whirlo, and the whillop's hill head fills dizzy. Swoops the slapping squallow, and the wind's parabola of orgiastic sylphs. The telephone wires fill with notes. The sunset sleeps heads under the sheets and the tree of the feverish pulse. But the sky prefers the nightingale, its favorite sun the nightingale, its flower the joy of the nightingale, its skin the tears of the nightingale, its nocturnal throat the nightingale, the nightingale, the nightingale. There is no time to lose. The steamer has its day marked. By the dangerous holes stars open in the sea, it could fall into the central fire with its banners that explode from time to time. Irritated elves blow away the seeds and interrogate me, but I only hear the notes of the wallflower. When someone pushes the petals of the wind and hurricanes appear, the rivers run like a whipped dog, runs as it runs to hide itself in the sea, and the flocks go by ruining my nerves. Then only I can say that I don't buy stars at the nightry or new waves at the sea store. I'd rather listen to the notes of the wallflower next to the waterfall that counts its change, or the squeal of the aeroplane at the tip of the sky, or see the tiger's eye where a naked woman dreams, for if not, the world comes from so far will shatter between my lips. I have no towering pride, nor petrified hates. I don't shout like a friendly hat that comes out of the desert. I only say, there is no time to lose. The vizier speaks to us in a bird language. Long as a long path, caravans move off over his voice, and ships toward blurred horizons. He restores the Orient to souls that eat Orients of pearls and stuff themselves with matches at every step. A forest sprouts from his mouth. A star sprouts from his forest. From the forest a mountain falls on the night. From the night another night falls. On the night of space, the far-off night, so far it seems like a woman's corpse they carry. Goodbye, one must say goodbye. Goodbye, one must say to God. Then the hurricane, wrecked by the tongue's light, unravels in circular arpeggios, and the moon appears, followed by some gulls, and on the road a horse goes off, growing larger as it goes. Hurry up, the seeds are ready, waiting for the order to flower. Be patient, soon they'll grow and travel the paths of sap, and up their private stairway, a minute of rest before the trees voyage to the sky. The tree is afraid of going too far. It's afraid and looks back in anguish. Night makes it tremble. The lycanthropic night, the night that files its claws on the wind, the sharpen of the sound of the forest. It's afraid, I say it is afraid. The tree is afraid of going too far from the earth. There is no time to lose. The iceberg that floats in the eyes of the dead knows the way. He who weeps will blind the darkness of the endless crypt. Abandoned hopes, tormented, turned into cemetery script. Torments turned into cemetery script. Here lies Carlotta, seas-going eyes, crushed by a satellite. Here lies Matthias. Two sharks battled in his heart. Here lies Marcello, heaven and hello, and the same violoncello. Here lies Susanna, drained from strains against the void. Here lies Teresa, placed in the terrain her eyes once plowed. Here lies Angelica, anchored in the inlet of her arms. Here lies Rosemary, rose carried to the infinite. Here lies Raymond, rays of mud his veins. Here lies Clarissa, clear is her smile encloistered in the light. Here lies Alexander, alas, under all is broken yonder. Here lies Gabriella, breakwaters broken, she arises in sap to the dream that awaits resurrection. Here lies Altazor, hawk exploded by the altitude. Here lies Vicente, anti-poet and magician. He who weeps will blind, blind as the comet that travels with its staff and its mist of souls that follows it, instinctively obedient to its wishes, never minding the meteoroids that pelt from afar and live in colonies according to the seasons. The insolent meteoroid crosses the sky, the metazoid, the metaoid, the metavoids, and the infinite, the metanoid in a glance. Aviator, be careful with the stars. Careful with the dawn, lest the aeronaut become a suicide. The sky has never seen so many roads as this. Never has it been so treacherous as an errant star brings me greetings from a friend 10 years dead. Hurry up, hurry up. The planets are ripening in the planetary. My eyes have seen the roots of all birds. Beyond the beyond of water lilies and before the before of butterflies. Do you hear the sound that mandolins make when dying? I am lost. There's nothing left but capitulation to the war without quarter and the nightly ambush of these stars. Eternity waits to conquer, and for that reason there's no time to lose. Then, beyond the last horizon, we'll see what there is to see. The city beneath the lights and the hanging wash and the aerial trickster, naked, fragile, the night at the bottom of the sea, tender drowned blind death and its splendor, and the sound, space the light shaft, drowsy at the starboard, in height, in light, earth and its sky, sky and its earth, forest night and river day through the universe. The bird tralali sings in the branches of my brain, for I have found a key to infiniternity. Round the unimos, the cosverse. Au hi au, tralali, tralala, ahi, 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 i.